Hi everyone, welcome to this week's energy update. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Rebecca Meisel. This is where I tune into the collective energies for the week ahead and channel any sort of important messages that I receive intuitively from my guides and anything that's important for us to know as we start traversing the unknown territory that we're moving into this week. So I'm really excited to dive into this week's themes. So let's go right in there, guys. So this week we have a lot of slowdown. So we're definitely recognizing this as we shift into Mercury retrograde. We're going to start noticing this period of things moving a little slower, things kind of coming into a resistance. So if you've been trying to complete projects, if you've been trying to get things done, and it has been slow going, or you're just not feeling it, or you're just not feeling motivated, there's been a lot of these emotions surfacing, and that's going to continue this week because we're doing a lot of purging right now on a collective level, and it's important we have this awareness that not everything is going to go as planned right now. We need to allow ourselves to drop in and take this sacred time to really do some self-exploration. So that's really what's coming in this week, is to not fill yourself with worry or fear or frustration. If things aren't working properly right now, if things are just seeming a little chaotic or off, or you're just feeling that way, take that as your opportunity to step back this week and to really go inward and go, okay, I need to stop whatever this is that's not working right now, take a break, take a step back, and allow myself to go inward and surrender. So we have this first theme of relaxing into the flow, allowing for new experience and new awareness. Keeping your heart open for good. Okay, so this is so beautiful because a lot of times when we come into Mercury retrograde, we can have that feeling of like, oh great, more healing to be done, more things to go into. And we can immediately jump to that first thought and conclusion that things are going to be hard, that things are going to be chaotic. And maybe that will be the case, but they're really moving into this perspective of shifting that perspective and going, okay, how can I look for the good in this scenario? How can I look at things differently and shift my perceptions of Mercury retrograde, or this challenge that I'm in right now, or this uncomfortability that I'm in right now, whatever that situation is for you, because for everybody it's going to be different. But what I'm really hearing is, how can we allow ourselves to be flexible enough in our perceptions and in our own minds to be open to seeing goodness no matter what situation we're in? And these are tools that are important for us to cultivate and to work with this next week, because they're really trying to train us to really reprogram our belief systems to ones of love and give us these tools of being able to go through anything, whatever life throws our way, and still be so aware in ourselves that we don't just surrender to the toughness. We don't just become victim to life. We allow ourselves to stay empowered in the driver's seat and still looking for the good that can come through these situations. So they're like, allow for new experiences, allow for new awareness to come in this week. So what I'm really hearing is, do something new this week. If your old routines, if your regular routine, your regular actions are just not working, take that as a sign this week. Go, okay, maybe there's another way I can do this. Maybe the old ways are just not working and I need to think outside the box. Maybe I need to try something new. Maybe it's going to be as simple as me getting out and getting inspired through fresh ideas, from going to an art gallery to doing an experience that I've never tried before. You know, maybe it's going to an escape room and working my brain in a different way. Or maybe it's, doing some different things that could just get me out of my comfort zone and into new experiences to cultivate the newness in my life. So that's what they're really suggesting this week. Allow yourself to seek out different opportunities and to try new things. They're even saying with work and projects, try a new way. Try a different way of doing it. Go a different direction that you've never gone before. Play with it. You know, they're like, don't take things so serious this week because you're going to want to. This week, we're really going to want to take things super seriously. We might be down in the dumps. We might be feeling that way because of all the busyness and all the energies. So they're like, really allow yourself to stay in your little bubble. And what I always call is a bubble of bliss, where you are just in your element, you are in your energy, and you are just going to ignore whatever else is going on. Is just going to bounce right off that bubble because you are fully protected in that bubble. You are totally in your own energy, creating your own reality, right? And we have to remember that this week. We create our reality. So why are we creating things that are making us feel bad, right? Or why are we perpetuating frustration by doing things the old way, right? Let's shift things. Let's become more innovative in our approaches and our awareness to life. Okay, so really allow yourself to have that awareness this week to open up your mind and try new things. So dropping into a spirit of gratitude. So this was really key. We have to practice our gratitude this week, you know, because once again, we might be going through times that are a little bit more tough. We might be having situations that come up that challenge us, but where can we have this room to once again find the good and focus on that and drop into the energies of gratitude fully? Because a lot of times they're kind of bringing up this awareness of when we think of gratitude, we can name off those like really general things where it's like, okay, I'm happy for my family. I'm happy for, you know, a home, a roof over my head. But they're like, don't just like go on autopilot with that. Like if you're going to do a gratitude list, what are you actually grateful for right now? Because you might be in that mode where you're like, everything sucks. I am not grateful for things right now. I just want to shift out of this energy. But they're like, if you allow yourself to really go to even the littlest things, where it's like, oh, I'm so grateful for my morning coffee. I'm like so grateful for it. It tastes so good. It's so wonderful. Like the smell is amazing. I have this moment to myself as I drive to work. You know, what are those little things that you're actually grateful for? And put your focus and attention there. So really task yourself with this week. They're like, make a forward intention and then ask your guides to help you, okay? So if you're like, guides, I am really struggling with seeing the goodness in my life right now. And right away, who pops in is Archangel Jophiel. So Archangel Jophiel, very present here today and this week. So call in Archangel Jophiel, very feminine energy. Whenever I see Jophiel, it's like pink, just like pink everything. Very feminine, very loving energy, very beautiful, vibrant energy. So really lean into that this week. Jophiel is the angel of beauty. She helps us really see the beauty that's there in our lives that perhaps we've overlooked, that we haven't seen. So call in Archangel Jophiel this week to help assist you in seeing the beauty in your life, to really cultivate gratitude and actually drop into that energy. Because once again, they're like, how often do we drop in to the emotion of gratitude? Okay, because if we want to manifest more goodness in life, gratitude is such a speedy ticket to that. So they're like, really allow yourself to go into the emotion because we need to feel it. So really perpetuate. When we think of how powerful our emotions are, it's amazing. They really are powerful. So they're like, remember, utilize those good emotions, right? Utilize that and try to be in that vibration as much as possible this week. So pray for guidance when afraid or unsure. Practice patience if answers don't come right away. Okay, so this was really beautiful. So we're getting a huge theme around communication this week, and that's going to come in so many different ways for all of us as individuals. So we might have a huge theme of actually communicating with others, where we stand, what we need to say, what we're feeling, and we need to have that openness this week, and they're really bringing in boundaries. So they just showed me a hand, like stop, right? So where do we need to actually put in those boundaries this week? And where do we need assistance, right? So communicate with that. I'm struggling with this. How can you call a good friend? How can you call the universe? Pray to the universe and say, look, universe, I am struggling. I want you to be my friend. I want you to be my partner in life. I want to work through this. Can you please send me assistance? So they're bringing in this little tip that I do every day. So this is something that I've been really trying to do every single day, is first thing in the morning, taking a moment to pray and actually express my permission. Give the universe full permission, my angels, my guides, your ancestors, whatever that is, that they have full permission to intervene in your life today, that they have full permission to help you with these problems, okay, whatever those are for you. Give them full permission to help you with an intention for the day. So as an example, if we're working with gratitude, thank you, angels. I give you expressed permission to help me stay in a state of gratitude today. I give you full permission to intervene in my life and work with me in my life today. Thank you so much for being present with me today and for sending me the signs and signals I need. So just saw 11:11 on the clock. So beautiful confirmation. We are always surrounded. We are one with all that is. So remember your divine connection. Remember to include your guides this week, especially when we're going through hardship, and to be grateful for that help when we receive that help. Think of the universe as your trusted friend. When you have a best friend, we express gratitude for those friendships. We express happiness, joy when we receive help from them, right? When we have that connection. So just like that, we have to keep up that relationship, and we want to also express that gratitude for the universe when they do intervene on our behalf. So I'm just here, you're going to be amazed at what starts shifting when we start including them and cultivating more of this relationship. So I love this point of patience. So practice patience. A lot of us do not like this time because it's uncomfortable, right? So if we're going through a challenge, it's uncomfortable. We don't want to be in this challenge. We don't want to go through hard things. None of us do. So we have to allow ourselves to have that awareness of like, okay, I might really want to just bypass this entire situation. I might want to just totally cut corners and not have to face the hardness of this scenario or do the work that's needed and necessary. We might really feel that humanness come in this week, and that's okay. That's all right. Give yourself what you need in those moments when things seem overwhelming or too much. But we need to allow ourselves to drop into the uncomfortability, as hard as that may be this week. So they're like, practice patience if answers don't come right away. So once again, if we pray and perhaps we don't get the answer that day, we might be like, okay, the universe isn't listening to me. The universe isn't responding. I didn't get my answer. I'm not getting my clarity. There can be many reasons for that. So remember that, because it's nothing personal. When you set that intention, the universe is going to work with you. Trust that. The moment you say that and you give it expressed permission, those energies start working on your behalf in that direction. But sometimes it requires time. Sometimes it's not the right time for you to get that information. So trust, it is coming. Okay, it is coming, but maybe it's not the opportune time for you to receive the answers yet, right? So if it's a big question, you got to allow time to bring into that. And you have to bring the awareness that the universe is always our best friend. So what is our best friend going to do? It's going to give us an honest, beautiful answer from love when we are most able to receive that. So remember, the universe is always acting on our highest and greatest good. So really remind yourself of that this week. If things are delayed, if things aren't coming through as easily as normal, or you're feeling down and discouraged and you're not feeling like the universe is in your corner, allow yourself to feel those things, but really bring in that reminder, okay, the universe wants what's best for me, so I just have to be patient. Maybe the outward world needs to catch up. Maybe this isn't the right time for me to be getting that answer right now, or maybe this is the wrong question to ask right now, right? So really allow yourself to drop into that awareness and to not lose faith, okay? The universe is always working in your favor. Trust. So communicate, communicate, communicate. Let the universe be your partner and keep your heart open. Okay, so I love this. We need to have an open heart this week. It's so easy for us to shut down. It is so easy for us to close off when hardship comes in. You know, we don't want to experience hurt. We do not want to linger in those energies. You know, that's very human, right? Nobody likes to hurt. It's not enjoyable. Nobody likes to go through challenge. It's not enjoyable. But we have to keep our hearts open regardless, because we have to recognize, just like hard times come, good times come too. There's always going to be a balance of darkness and light, and it's how we navigate it. It's how we ourselves decide to move through that, and the attitude we have, the perspective we have, the gratitude we can find, the beauty we can find in those moments of hardship and pain, and transmute that energy. So this week we might be challenged with that, and they're like, really hold strong to yourself and make that commitment that you're not going to close off. You're not going to close off your heart to goodness because of fear of hurt. It's inevitable. We're going to experience it. We're going to have both. But what is life without goodness? What is life without love? And if you close off that heart again, if you really close off, then what is life going to be, right? If we numb ourselves to the beauty, if we say, no, I'm not going to feel at all, then we miss out. We miss out on a beautiful earthly experience that we can absolutely have. So they're like, no matter what is going on, keep an open heart. You deserve to receive love and goodness in your life, regardless of what is going on. So give yourself that every day and reaffirm. Have a conversation with your heart. That's what I'm really hearing this week. The heart is so on display this week. So really focus on that heart chakra. How willing am I to receive goodness in my life? How willing am I to remain open and loving regardless of what's going on? Okay, so at this time, things are going to feel slow. Okay, so once again, drop into grace. Don't let the earthly worries get the best of you. Take a deep breath. Practice comfort in the change. Readjust to new. Discomfort in change. So what's really interesting about these statements that we're coming through and that we're channeling, we really need to allow ourselves to get the bigger picture, once again, of our worries, of our fears, of things that are going on. And what really comes through is the word grief here. So a lot of us are closing off chapters. We're closing off cycles of karma, of ancestral healing. That's really coming in strong this week, especially ancestors, very, very strong here. So it's like we're closing off these cycles of karma, pain, past life energy. And we have to have that awareness that we have to get that big picture. Our hurts are so much bigger sometimes than we think, in that sense of what we're healing, what we're closing off. And this Mercury retrograde is really helping us close off these cycles. It's really helping these full circle things to happen so they don't repeat. And we have to practice that comfort. How can we get comfortable in what's uncomfortable? And that might seem very like, I don't know how that's going to work. But this week, it's like, how can you trust yourself? How can you drop into yourself and ground yourself in your heart and in your inner knowing and strength and power, and know that no matter what, you are immovable. You can do this. If you couldn't, it would not be tasked to you to do. So really be aware of that. Get that big picture around your grief. And they're like, this is not going to last forever. This is just temporary. As devastating as this may feel, as hurtful as this might feel, drop into the awareness that this is only to help you clear the past. This is serving a purpose in some form or way. And it's for you. It's for you. So once again, really shift from the victim mentality into that place of empowerment. This is happening on my behalf. This is helping me close off this cycle. This is bringing awareness to toxicity, to drama, to things that no longer serve in my life. This is helping me heal my family lineage. This is helping me do this. Okay? So once again, deep breath. It's okay if it hurts. It's okay if you need a minute. It's okay to be human. When we shift through grief, when we shift through hardship, we need to feel it. So once again, we might want to bypass it. We might want to ignore it. But it's so imperative this week that we don't ignore, because this is our opportunity to clear. Okay, so really come to that awareness. This is my opportunity to clear this for good, to close off this cycle for good. So take that step back this week and go into what cycles am I breaking? What closure is coming in? Why are old emotions surfacing? Why are these things happening for me, right? What am I being asked to heal right now? So important. So drop into the grace of this. They're like, you don't need to heal in one day. Okay, don't rush the process. Take your time. Feel into what you need to feel, okay? And allow things to just unfold, okay? Because the answers are going to come. You just have to trust. So practice comfort and change. Readjust to the new. So with this readjusting to new, there's a lot of discomfort when we do new things or we try things in a new way. And that's really coming in here as well, as we close off these old chapters. We are creating a completely new life for ourselves. It's like, okay, this is a total blank page. What do I want to do with it? Right? So as we close off these cycles, we might have that moment where like, oh my God, like, what do I do now? This is totally new to me. I could do anything. I could be anyone. I could do whatever I want. You know, I don't have all this baggage that's going to come with me, right? And that might be uncomfortable as well. Right? So they're really bringing in this awareness with relationships. So if you start putting in boundaries, you start cutting out toxic dynamics, you start cutting out toxic behaviors, and you start focusing on your path. Okay, this is really coming through. You're going to have this awareness that comes in where it's like, oh, if I just focus on me, what on earth would I do? And you might feel lost in that. Like when you're stop focusing on what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is not doing, what's annoying you, what's going on in your dynamic. When you actually remove yourself from that and get refocused and recentered in on yourself, there might be that feeling of like, wow, okay, what do I do? What's possible for me? What do I want to do really when I remove myself from all of this? So we're going to have that moment where once again, we might need to take a deep breath and go, okay, what is it that I need to do now? What is it that I want to do now? So this is a real self-discovery. This is a time where we get to do this, to really go into what feels good for us now and how we want to proceed and move forward in life. So we have to readjust. We have to allow that discomfort and sit in it and be okay with it and be like, okay, it's uncomfortable, but I'm going to move through this. So what came through was old fears might come forward to rock the boat, okay? Now, a lot of these fears are around being seen. This was really coming through. A lot of us are stepping into purpose. A lot of us are stepping into these new fresh chapters. And what keeps coming through is there are going to be a lot of people that will not support this, that will be upset about it. They won't like the new you. They won't like you putting in boundaries. That story's coming in here. And we have to have this awareness that it might be scary for us to start really stepping out and going, okay, I know people aren't going to like this new me. I know people aren't going to like these new actions that I'm going to take, but I need to address this fear of being seen for all of who I am and commit to me fully. So what comes through here is, where am I apologizing for my truth? Okay? Where am I afraid to stand out? Where am I prioritizing other people's opinions of me over my dreams and over who I am for their comfortability? Where am I still lurking in the shadows? Okay, very powerful messages. So this week you're actually asking us to go into that and go, okay, is there anywhere in my life that I'm still feeling uncomfortable showcasing me and who I am now? Is there anywhere that I am holding myself back because of others? Okay, we need to get honest about this. So take actions, small daily actions every day towards developing your own mind, opinions, and beliefs and standing firm in them. Okay, this was so cool because for those of us who have come from, a really strong background of people pleasing as an example, or where we're codependent, or where we've had this really strong upbringing where we haven't been allowed to express ourselves authentically, we have to reprogram this. We have to start from scratch almost and give ourselves permission to go, it's okay for me to feel differently. It's okay for me to actually want something else. It's okay for me to have a voice. It's okay for me to express that voice, right? So what can we do daily to shift and reprogram ourselves to being okay with being ourselves and expressing ourselves unapologetically? So this might be a challenge for a lot of us this week, okay? So once again, take what resonates. This is a collective reading, but what I was really getting is we have to step outside of our conditioning. We have to allow ourselves to do that exploration this week as well. And the energies are so supportive of this and this slowdown. This is prime time to do this shadow work, to do this introspective work, to really see where we need growth and healing, okay? So take advantage. So where do I need to start having a stronger opinion? Where do I need to actually see what my opinions are? Right? Some of us might not even have a clue of what we actually think about something because we're so used to going along with what everyone else wants, what the narratives are. But what are your true, authentic beliefs? When you go in, you really get in touch with your soul space. You really get in touch with your integrity. What is true for you? If you were to remove all of the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, if you were to remove all of the conditioning you've received from your family, from society, from religion, from wherever this might be coming in for you, where do you need your own mind, your independence, and really move into that? What is true for me as an individual, and how can I start getting okay with that and expressing that even if others don't agree? Right? So it's really beautiful. If you were to step outside of your conditioning, what would you find? Okay, this is what channeled. What would you discover about yourself? Allow freedom and flexibility. Cultivate your own beliefs and standards for your life. Observe and flow. Take yourself out of your primal reactions. Reduce reactivity. Slow down and seek your truth, and deeper knowledge and understanding will follow. So I love this so much. We have to have the flexibility. So once more, they're bringing in this advice for us people pleasers, for people who really have a hard time with this. It's like, where can I be flexible in giving the same grace I give to others to myself? Right? So once again, if you are someone who views yourself as non-judgmental, as accepting, as loving to everybody, and allows for everybody to have an opinion, where are you the exception? Where have you made yourself the exception to that? To your own belief of oneness, to your own belief of acceptance? Where do you not allow that for yourself? right? Where are you going, oh no, you can have as many opinions as you like. I support that. I love that. I encourage that. I'm here for you. But where are we not doing that for ourselves? Where are we saying, oh no, I can't be accepted. Oh no, no one will be able to have the same allowances for me. No one will be able to accept me if I express myself, right? So we need to shift this. And this is a big one. This is huge. So they're like, practice making small decisions every day that truly align with who you are. And they can be as simple as you deciding what food you're going to eat that night for supper, right? Because sometimes we might have that challenge. Maybe we're with a partner or roommate and we're like, you decide, get whatever you want. I'll go wherever you want. You know, you pick the movie, and we give away our power instead of going, oh, what I actually want? What would I like? Right? So go into that week, this week. What do you want? What is your opinion? Right? Don't shy away from it. Make those tiny little actions and shifts, and you'll be amazed at what starts happening by these small little progress that we make every single day. We're going to be amazed at what starts shifting. Okay, so cultivate your own beliefs and standards for life. What are your standards? Not what your parents' standards were, not what your religious upbringing was, not what society dictates and says you should or shouldn't believe, or what standards they have for us. What are your standards? Okay, and where do we need to be uncompromising in that? Now, I love this next advice, observe and flow. A lot of times we're going to have people that will challenge us, right? And especially with this, when people are people pleasers and they start moving out of this energy and they start really cultivating their own beliefs and really leading into that and having boundaries and having a voice, once more, we might get flack for that. We might get pushback for that. But this week, they're like, don't react. Allow yourself to observe. This is going to be a key week to observe your relationships and see what is not working. Observe your personal inklings, how you want to react, but then recognize, hey, okay, I want to step back and I want to really observe why I'm feeling this way, or why I have this trigger right now, or why this is coming up for me. So we have to have awareness, and we have to have that opportunity to step back and get that big picture. So don't react. They're just showing me the knee-jerk reaction where it's like, oh, right? Maybe we might be upset about something that happens this week, but reduce that reactivity, slow down, seek your truth. Okay, so once again, this might even be that need to people please. We might be really uncomfortable when we first say no. Our first reaction might be like, of course, yes, whatever you want, right? So recognize that in yourself and go, oh, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. This is actually what I want to do, right? So take a minute, observe, and then move forward. And that's when this knowledge and understanding is going to really start coming through for us. Next, we have making the commitment. So this is so beautiful. We're making a commitment to work in what is in alignment with ourselves this week. We're making the commitment to new, fresh ways of being. We're making the commitment to new things, new beginnings, fresh chapters. So I'm seeing some of us commit to certain courses this week, to certain forward movements, things that are going to progress us further, that really are in alignment with us. And our guides are so proud. Okay, this just comes through. They're like, yay, you're finally doing it. You're committing. We're so proud of you. So I keep getting this thunderous applause that I keep hearing. So I love that. We're making this commitment. So what new beginnings are coming through for you? Where do you need to commit? Where do we need to allow ourselves to drop into that commitment and really support ourselves in that, right? So when we start making new commitments, make that awareness through your life. Tell people about it if need be, and be like, okay, I'm going to start doing this. This is the support I'm going to need, or this is how things are going to shift and look like, and place those boundaries in. Make it a success, okay? Really prioritize what you are committing to. So what channeled through was renewal here. There's a rising again. A lot of us might have felt like that Phoenix energy where everything was burnt down and we've had to rebuild, but we are in this moment of rising, okay? We really are, no matter what it feels like, we are rising. So allow for strength in your solitude. This is so beautiful. So once again, we might feel alone when we commit to ourselves. That might clear out a lot of toxicity. That might clear out of a lot of toxic dynamics, ways of being. And it could make us feel like we're alone. Okay, now nobody supports me. Nobody is on board with this new path, and they're giving me that example of someone who's fresh starting their spiritual journey. And everyone's like, you are crazy. What are you doing? Like, they don't support your decisions. And that can be really, really hard. So what I'm really hearing is get in touch with your strength. Get in touch with your inner resiliency, your integrity, and bolster your own belief in yourself, okay? So what channeled was, or what was shown to me rather, was people taking different directions, okay? And having the flexibility and the allowance for that, okay? Once again, maybe you're with a partner and you think that you have to be on the same path and wavelength as your partner all the time. That's just not true. We're going to have our own goals. We're going to have our own life paths, and they might veer off from each other here and there, okay? So they're like, focus on you right now and your own path. Trust the process and get curious about what is unfolding for you now. So instead of worrying about that, that people aren't supporting you or they're going a different direction or you're going a different direction, instead of worrying about that person and worrying about where you're veering off, just focus on you. Focus on what is coming through for you, what is unfolding for you, what the universe is bringing forward for you, because once again, the universe is your best friend. It wants what's best for you. So regardless of what happens, you are always going to be in what's best for you when you continually act in what is integrous for you. When you keep taking action and making commitment to your personal authenticity, to your personal path, well, then we can trust that everything that's meant for us is going to be meant for us. So even if it looks like you're separating right now, even if it looks externally like things are not falling into place in a together space, that's okay. How can you have allowance for that? How can you have more flexibility in going, okay, I can allow for their journey too. And all I need is for them to allow my journey. And regardless, I'm going to move forward in my journey because I'm committed to me. I deserve to be loved unconditionally, and I'm going to start with myself. Right? So trust the process and get curious. So once again, get curious. Allow that childlike wonder to come in so life doesn't become so serious this week, okay? Seek out your inner answers and truth. Connect on your own. Okay, so this is so beautiful because a lot of us are going to have this new connection that's developing with the universe or a deepening of that connection this week. So what was so beautiful is as we lean into trust, as we keep committing to our journeys and really listening, we begin to develop a deeper connection. The universe starts really becoming more real in our lives. We start developing that. We start building our intuitive abilities the more we lean into ourselves. So I was really getting a lot of us connecting in a more personal way this week. And this is increasing our confidence because we're like, okay, I'm in alignment right now. I'm feeling connected. I'm getting answers. I'm getting connection, right? So it's really bolstering our confidence, which is so beautiful. And it's removing these beliefs of separateness, okay? So removing beliefs in separation from your godly connection. I love this. So recognition of your inner gifts and shedding light into the illusions we may have regarding greatness. Okay, so this is so beautiful. So as we begin to strengthen these connections, We're recognizing our own connection and recognition of our own ability to connect in however that looks for you. So your own personal, unique ways of receiving and interacting with the universe. And then with this last point of shedding light into illusions of greatness, where we've been comparing, right? So we might have this illumination as we start to personally connect and how we do that personally. We might have this awareness of where we've been looking to others and expecting ourselves to look the same or connect the same way. And we're having this awareness of, oh, that was an illusion. It doesn't have to look like that. It doesn't have to be this way. I can connect like this, or I can make it easy for myself. And once again, we're getting this awareness of oneness, our continuous connection with the universe, and how we are never separate, okay? So another theme coming in of leadership and goals. You are a leader. Recognize you're not here to play small. I love this after this theme of connecting, because once again, we might be getting more insights this week of our personal relationship with the universe and how that's meant to be shared, or how we want to move forward in that. And a lot of us are uncovering our light working abilities, or how we are here to be a light worker and how we are a light worker. And we're clearing these old negative beliefs that say we aren't, okay, or we're not capable. We are here to lead, okay? Really get that in your brain. I am a leader. I am capable. I'm here to show others the way. So recognize you're not here to play small. Take the leap into your journey. Cultivate listening skills. And what was so beautiful with this listening, it was listen to your heart. So where do we need to stop and drop into our heart space and listen there, and really start putting more stock into the advice that surfaces from the heart? Allow time for solitude and inner reflection and truth. You are doing the right thing. Trust you are a light on this earth, and rejoice in the beauty of you. So this is where Raphael, not Raphael. That's interesting. I said Raphael. Jophiel comes in, okay? Revealing the inner beauty of ourselves as well, okay? Now that's interesting that Raphael's name came in. So Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. So this very well could be extremely healing for you this week, as we start listening to the heart, as we start trusting the guidance that comes through. And it is healing for us, because we're uncovering this worthiness. We're uncovering this healing in ourselves when we uncover our connectedness and our leadership ability, and how we're here to share that big, beautiful heart. So call in Raphael if you're feeling like you need healing in this realm of unworthiness, because that's really coming in as well. So we might have some negativity rise this week with getting tired, restless, or frustrated, worn out, answers not coming. But once again, they're bringing in this awareness, go inward, go into your heart. Everything resides within you. All the answers reside within you. So last message that came through was stay integrous and make your choices from your soul space. You are stepping into your destiny. Just clear negativity or anything holding you back from your goal. So I love this so much. There's a lot around embracing our sensitivity this week, because once more, we might need to have that patience with ourselves and have that time to step back and go, okay, I need to feel negative right now. I need to be in these energies till I can properly process them and release them from my body. So allow yourself that, but continually coming back to yourself. What is in alignment with who I am? What choices do I want to make that can be the most supportive of who I've become? What is in most integrous to me? What is most integrous to me? And how can I release all the things that no longer serve this person, who I am today? Okay, so start saying yes to yourself. Every time you say no to what's toxic, no to other people that are undeserving, no to anything that's no longer in alignment, we say yes to ourselves. So keep that in mind as we move forward this week, and keep demonstrating unconditional love and compassion for yourself as you shift through these themes. You so are worthy of that. Call in your guides, call in your support systems, let your spirit team be there with you as you flow through this time, and I know you are going to be supported. If I can help you in any way this week, please likewise let me know. I would love to be there for you, and I will leave my details below for my services. Sending you all so much love and light. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonates with you, let me know below. Sending lots of love. Bye.